Welcome to this week's Bushel Up. We got a lot to talk about this week. Things are moving along quite rapidly now. We've got a lot of crop out of the ground. Planting's wrapping up. We're just wrapping up down at Hastings here over the next couple days. And hopefully we can see a lot of planters parked and move on to the next stage. So let's talk about what's next. This crop is going to be growing very fast. It's not too early to post spray. That's probably the biggest message. Is we want to spray crops when they're small. We're starting our first post spray today. We still have some pre-emerge that we haven't got on. We still have some crop to go in the ground. So it's been 30 days for a lot of you since you maybe started planting. I know the crop doesn't look very big, but it's going to grow fast here over the next couple weeks as we look at our forecast. So will the weeds. Weeds are really starting to take off. If you've been able to water, put pivots on. We're seeing pretty good weed control in those cases in the dryland fields or maybe fields where we weren't able to get water on to activate those herbicides. We're seeing quite a few breaks, escapes. That's what we're seeing up at David City. It's time to go. Get those weeds before they get big. So that's the first thing. It's not too early to start post spraying. I know a lot of times we wait till Memorial Day. We wait till 4 or 5 leaf corn. Don't do that, okay? Get started early. Buy yourself some time. Those residuals will hold as long as we can get water on them and get us to canopy. So that's one thing. The other thing we talk about is status, die flex. We want die flex on the smaller corn. Status, we really want to be into that. Call it 5-inch corn. They say 4 to 5 inches. We don't want to go to the status too early. So if you are out there spraying early, maybe you look at something like die flex instead. Die flex is good up to about V4 corn. Sometimes you push V5. I prefer to be on the safe side. Keep things. Let's not push the limits. Okay. If we have options, let's do the safe thing, not the dangerous thing, which talks about unsafe in dicamba. I know guys think they get away with it. It doesn't take much to cost yourself 3-4 bushel damage in order to save yourself a couple bucks. That's a big concern. We've seen some already happen this spring where, maybe we go unsafe and right after plant. I know the temptation to save a couple bucks is real, but don't risk that crop injury. Add the constraint to the tank to mitigate some of that stress as we get into a little taller crops. Behind me you'll see our flag test. Very important if you haven't done a couple flag tests that you're out there evaluating stands. A couple things, we've run the pivot across. Really start to look at that root development. We've got great root development here on our soybeans. Really happy with the mass of roots. We want to keep our cotyledons as long as we can. That's a key part of the plant. These cotyledons are still feeding the plant, providing energy to this plant. When we look at corn, we're still living off that seed, so we don't want any damage to the seed. It's still providing a lot of the nourishment, nutrients to the plant while we wait for our root system to take over. So be digging plants. We need moisture to develop these roots. That's why running the pivot one time isn't necessarily enough. We want to keep the moisture level up. For those of you that are into microbial products and whatnot, hey, look, by having moisture, I've got one spade in the ground. I got 2 earthworms here in my hand. So microbes, earthworms, all that biological activity in the soil needs that moisture too. So if we dry out the top 4 inches with this heat and the winds that we've been having the last few days, you lose all that benefit. So make sure we keep the soils moist. I know I've had several conversations in church, at the restaurant the other night. A grower come up and said, man, is this really going to be 2012 all over again? I sure hope not. We need some rain. We need it in a bad way. We'll take what we can get. A little bit would be happy right now. Hopefully we're not looking at that scenario, but right now we got to do what we can do. Some of you are on your 3rd, maybe 4th pass. We're on 2, getting ready to start 3 on some fields. Not fun, not enjoyable, not fun trying to find diesel fuel and start paying the bills this early. But don't forget all the benefits, and we just have to take a leap of faith and hang in there. So stay safe. We'll catch you next week.